What's going on? It is your boy Gamma back with the lovely
Juju.
Today we're talking about love in Hollywood. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, and let us know what you think about what we will be discussing. And let's
Escape the Matrix.
All right, welcome back, guys. So we're going to be talking, as you saw in the title, about Kanye West. He has a new lover already.
Right.
Girlfriend, boo, model,
Yeah.
wifey, whatever. You know, he's back in action. And
So soon.
yeah, it looks like from our research, his divorce is not even finalized.
Yeah. It
And
doesn't
he's
look
already
so.
on to the next one. And it's kind of interesting because some of the last videos that we've done had similar things.
Right.
Just like this. You know, in fact, LaToya Forever, her divorce wasn't even finalized and she had this new man already running around and, you know, with her. Who else? Simon.
Simon.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Fallon.
Yeah, like I don't think even at this point they're still divorced fully.
No.
Or at least it's not finalized. And he's already engaged to a new person.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Kanye, he's back on the scene. So, I mean, even though we're focusing on Kanye, we wanted to bring up the other people as well. Because it seems like this is becoming like the new trend.
Isn't it?
I don't know if we're just out the loop. You know, are we just too old school, old fashioned that we don't know what's happening?
I don't think we're that old, though.
I don't know, you know, or well, it could be that we're old fashioned. We just follow trends that are like outdated. Let us know, like, you know, seriously, what is it with people moving into new situations without their current one being completely over?
Yeah.
You know, leave a comment and let us know if that's a thing. And no, seriously, because Kanye, right? He has what is it, 2, 3 kids? I don't know how many he has with Kim.
No, I think they have like 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I lost count.
yeah.
Honestly, man, I'm going to keep it real. You know, I'm one of those people that love the Kanye as a producer as well as a rapper back in the day. You know, college dropout days when he was really super hip hop and he had the wordplay and everything. When he started going into the Yeezus and all that, that's when I knew something was going on. You know, I don't know if he just like was losing his mental health or whatever. I'm not trying to be funny, but seriously, he started to take a plunge, you know, going down that dark path where he was doing a lot of experimental sounding music.
Right.
And even his life seemed like it was the same thing. Like he was just going out there and trying new things and maybe making sure he was crossing off his bucket list. And so with that, Kim and Kanye, as you said, they have several kids.
Right.
I think they've been married for about 7 years, it seems.
Yeah, I think they tied the knot back in 2014.
Yeah.
But they were dating each other, I think, since back 2012 or
So
something.
almost 10 years,
Yeah.
you know, and they probably knew each other before that.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
keep it real. You know,
Way
these
before that,
circles,
yeah.
everyone knows each other. So with that, it's crazy that when people are in situations this deep, this serious, the moment an announcement is made, like the moment they file for divorce or separation, because I think that's what their current status is, even though she
Separated.
filed. They're separated, but they're not divorced yet, even though she did file, I believe. But it seems like the moment that happens, right, they immediately go out on the prowl and they're looking for the next person to be with. And I don't know, man, because look, we're talking about Kanye here, right?
Okay.
We've had videos on mental health. Kanye already openly admitted that he does suffer with mental issues. You know, I think, I don't know if he's bipolar or something else. I can't remember the exact term. It might be bipolar. You know, a
I
few
think
other
even
things.
Kim spoke about that.
Yeah, he has anxiety, you know, and most people who suffer from that tend to have multiple symptoms like depression and anxiety may go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying that because when you have a lot of issues that impact a relationship and you just get out of it, I don't know. What do you think, Juju? Is it healthy to just jump right into a new one?
Of course not. No, because you're bringing all of that, into something new.
I mean, like, then what is the solution then? You know, if he was with Kim and then now Kim doesn't want to be with him anymore, should he find like a new Kim?
No, I just listen, when you're a person who, like you've mentioned, has issues, right?
Right.
And you are jumping from one thing to another, in this case, a relationship. Like, no, it's just, you're only going to be acquiring like bumps and bruises along the way. Like that's how I look at it. Like
Okay.
your baggage is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. So, if you're not taking that break, if you're not taking that time to, heal yourself or
Yeah.
just spend time with yourself. In his case, he's coming out of a marriage, multiple kids.
Right.
Right. I mean, and then on top of that, you struggle with mental issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, know.
Now, see, the other thing that we got to talk about is just, how it looks to us.
Right.
The normal people that are not in Hollywood, I should say. Normal as in like we're not on the main stage or big screen. And the reason why I said the way it looks to us is that we don't always know what is happening behind the scenes. I mean,
you mean like within their relationship?
Maybe they have been getting some therapy, getting help. Maybe they have been dating in the way that we don't know. So when they're finally seen, it just looks like it was overnight. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to.
You mean like an open marriage?
Well, no. See, that's that Will Smith.
that entanglement.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I know they kind of, denied that, but
yeah.
See, and even that, it's funny you said that because even they fit into that dynamic we're talking about, right? Like Will and Jada, like they didn't even get a separation; they just had like some time apart.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a discussion or a disagreement rather, and they weren't together, and all of a sudden she got entangled with August Alsatian. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, just, snap. Like,
I'm entangled here.
My husband is going and boom. R&B singer that haven't had a song in a minute, he's here. So, my point is, though, it just seems like maybe to us, these things are just happening overnight when they may have been doing the work that we say they should be doing. I don't know. But I mean, I doubt it because the timing. You know what I'm saying? Like she filed divorce in February.
Right.
So it's only so much time he has to be single, get help, and then be in a serious new relationship.
Right.
That's the point. You know
and
what I'm saying?
they were out in the scene taking photos up until before like the divorce. And they're doing like major traveling, like traveling the world. And, I don't know, man. Help me out, guys. Seriously. Is it just, are we like looking into it too deeply? Or do you agree that some of these people are just moving way too fast and is becoming toxic for their own mental health? It's making things worse, like Juju said. Yeah, and just people with that status, like, is it just inevitable for them to be like in this pattern of relationships? Like, because I mean, when you look at Hollywood in general, there's a lot of this, like, people being J-Lo. I mean, I know that's the one person who just pops in my mind, but, Taylor Swift, could you imagine if she was married? The amount of, like, boyfriends she's had, So it's just, like, this, I don't know. It's almost like, okay, don't get me wrong. These people, they're under a microscope, right? Yeah. They're living out there in the public, for the public, right? So everything is like being viewed with great intensity, right? So with that being the case, I feel like sometimes we forget that at the end of the day, these are people, right? Like they're just people.
Course. Yeah, they just have the same needs and wants that we have.
Right.
And like you said, it could just be that they have different types of resources.
But what also like what exasperates, I guess, their situation is that they're living underneath this lens constantly, right? So expectations are so high for them, right?
Well, yeah, they're judged by basically everyone they can see.
Exactly. Yeah. And also they have factors that we everyday folks don't deal with, like, like for example, Kanye, who's, a musician, a producer, the list goes on. He's constantly traveling. He's constantly meeting new people, male and female. I'm sure many attractive women along the way. Same as Kim, modeling, traveling, this, that, and the third, TV. Like, there's so many, how should I put it? There's so many, like, excitement in their lives constantly, right? I don't even think they ever get a chance to really settle down and have any type of
alone
real
time.
Normalcy within their relationship.
Or just truly be alone.
Yeah.
That's one thing that a lot of people can't do. And it's funny because they often say they feel lonely. You know, a lot of celebrities have admitted that they feel alone. They feel lonely. In other words, they don't have anyone that they can really open up to, talk to, be transparent, completely honest with. But they're not alone, as in, like what you said, the limelight, the media circus, the fans, the news, the reporters, the critics, the tabloids. So TMZ, you know, all these people are around them constantly. Even when they're home, they're following them, you know, on Twitter, or they're hoping for them to get on IG Live, and so they're not alone in that sense.
Right.
And that's why, like you said, it could just be that it's far more engagement than a normal person. So like the normal person, for example, if you have a breakup and you want to lay low for a minute, you can do that.
Easily.
You just go to work, you come back, you chill, you don't talk to anyone at the grocery store, you don't look people. You just kind of go through that motion, you know, the process of recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't even have to open up about nothing. You could just be like, nah, I'm good. You know, I don't want to talk to anyone. And if they try to hit on you or make a pass at you, like, nah, I'm good. But a celebrity, everyone knows, like, yo, Kim divorced him. He's available. I'm a holler. Like, everyone knows your business. So you don't even have that privacy.
No.
You know what I mean? Even, like, it's crazy because there was an argument between him and Kim, and someone was recording it from a distance.
Yeah.
So we didn't hear what they were saying, but you can clearly see Kanye was irate, like yelling and screaming in the car. And it looked like Kim might have been, you know, crying or just kind of staring like, you know what, I can't do this anymore.
And when they realize
they can't even have that kind of
privacy. Yeah.
So yeah, like, again, not to make a defense for moving too quick, but we do got to look at both sides.
Yeah.
You know, these celebrities, man, they live in a completely different world. You know, they're paranoid as it is when it comes to people wanting to take advantage of them, whether to, you know, get clout, get fame, get money, whatever.
Right.
But then also, it's very few choices they have because of that. Like, you know, when you're a celebrity, you almost assume everyone is only dealing with you because of your status. They don't know the real you. They only know of you, you know, what you represent. They don't care about your feelings, your thoughts, and so on and so forth. So maybe that's why we often see these dynamics where, like, a model, an actress, an athlete, like, they're dating other people of a similar stature.
Right.
And they also do it quickly. Because they don't need to maybe, again, do what normal people do, which is take time to figure out, like, what do you do, where do you work at, etc.
Right.
The girl is like, you're Kanye.
Yeah, right.
I know you got money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it bypasses, like, 50 questions that a normal woman meeting a stranger that's a normal guy would go through. It's like, oh, he's Kanye. I know he has kids. I know he was married before. I know his net worth. I know what he does. He's a producer. He has albums. You know, he's done this crazy stunt on stage, you know. Beyonce had the greatest video of all time, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It changes things a little bit. And the bigger your status, the more likely people will be willing to get into a situation with you very quickly. Oh, that's what I think.
Absolutely.
That's just my theory. I don't know. I mean, like, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. We're always interested in taking a look at the comments. We read them all, and we want to know what your feedback is regarding that.
Yeah.
You know, does it make it okay? Or do you feel like because you have that status, you just have to work harder to still take your time and get to know the person?
I believe so.
You know what I mean? I guess that's what your stance is, right?
I absolutely believe so, because there's so many, like I said, factors that play into their relationship dynamics, right? You know, and there's so many, like, things that threatens it as well. Exactly. Right? Like I said before, like, who they're constantly coming in contact with. Heck, even like an entourage staff. Like, you know, staff members, like, you're out traveling for months at a time. And, you know, like, you're not around your wife or you're not around your husband. And it's like, you know, you're around people of the opposite sex. You have those different things at play all at once.
Right.
And, you know, it just, I don't, like, it's almost, I don't know, like, is there any long-term relationship in Hollywood?
Well, it's
and what makes it work?
You know what's sad? Like, Kanye and Kim is considered, like, long. Like, they were 7 years, right? 2014 or so. Or they met 2012 rather.
Right.
And then they just now started to, like, you know, split from each other. That's considered, like, long in Hollywood terms. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for the most part, you might be Yeah, you might be on to something because I think back to even like the 90s, man. I mean, when I was a kid, you have like Michael Jackson and what was the Presley daughter? I can't remember her name. But anyway, and all his relationships. Yeah. Like it just seems like with celebrities, their dating life is so weird. They're just not able to truly get to know the person and vice versa. There's so much hoopla, so much pandemonium around.
More than the average person.
No, far more.
Yeah.
Because the average person, again, when we go out and we see couples holding hands, right? You know, PDA, whatever. Nobody really cares for the most part. You know, you may look if somebody's holding hands and smiling and kissing on each other, but that's it. It's like, whatever. You know, they're in love or, you know, but you don't think much of it. But when you see a celebrity, someone that's known, you're like, wait a minute, who's that? Like, who are they with? And then you may also think, you know, okay, they were with so-and-so last year. Your mind just is different because you know so much about them. Yeah. Even if it's only surface level, you kind of almost are forced to assess their situation quite differently. You know, you're going to be like, okay, for example, Denzel, right? Everyone knows Denzel has been with his wife for a while.
Oh, maybe that's a long one. Yeah.
See, maybe that is a good example of somebody. But see, his wife is like definitely in the back burner. You know, not that he hides her.
I know she does like theater.
Yeah, but she kind of what's the one? When I say back burner, I mean like she's not like fighting for the same type of attention that he has, same roles or any of that. You know, like Angelina and Brad. They were very much in a similar status, but you know they didn't work out. Even though they were together for a while too, I think, right?
They were together for a while, yeah.
You know, and before that, it was that Billy Bob or whatever. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, and then that Jennifer Anderson, where he came from that relationship.
Well, yeah, he came from that. She came from the Billy Bob guy. I think it was something wacky. I just remember hearing that name and then something with blood in the necklace or whatever.
I know.
I was just like, all right, they cut it out. But anyways, yeah, so like Denzel, for example, right?
Yeah, that's a good example.
You know, he has a wife who is very grounded. Like when they're together, you can tell they are really together. Yeah. They're not together for the cameras. They're not trying to, you know, get like on a cover for a magazine. And that's what I mean. Like, you know, she's in the back burner as in like they're not, you know, going to like an award show as a piece and item. Like, you know, look. Yeah. And oftentimes that's what couples do. You know, especially Hollywood couples. You know, because you can be in Hollywood and have a spouse that isn't. But by proxy, because of you, they are. But they're not really in it, if you know what I'm saying. Versus like J-Lo and Diddy. Like you have Hollywood couples.
Yeah, right.
Selena, what was it, Gomez and Justin? I don't know if they Justin Bieber or Selena Gomez. Didn't they date at one point?
Yes, they did.
But anyway, my point is, when you have those kind of couples, everything is extra. You know, like Puffy, you know, Diddy and J-Lo, they get on the red carpet. They got to be seen together. They got to be seen at. But when you have a Denzel and his wife, or even another guy, Samuel Jackson, right?
Oh, his wife.
See, they go together like old school, like, yo, we married. Yeah. And, you know, we're not trying to do anything crazy. You're here to support me and vice versa. They still got that energy.
But you know what? I think you hit it on the nail. Like, what generation do these people come from? Yeah, an older generation. Yeah. Even like, you know.
They're the pre-Ratchet generation.
Even, and that's not to say.
The pre-Savage.
I'm sure that's not to say they didn't go through their rough patches.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can even look at someone like Bill Cosby and his wife. But I'm just saying, like, you know, with the whole allegations going back of cheating and this and the third, it's like, I mean, you know, she probably caught whiff of that. She probably caught whiff of that, and you know, she decided to, you know, stick it out, or both of them, to make it work. You know, so again, it's not to say, I mean, I know that's one extreme, but I'm just saying overall, you know, people back like old school, like I feel like they have it more down pack, right? They have a better understanding of how a relationship should be, the expectations, right?
Well, also it sounds like what you're saying is that they took their vows more seriously. They really did. You know what I'm saying? Like, for better or worse. They really took that as a literal thing. And for the most part, you know, they made it happen. They made it work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have great grandmothers or grandmothers that may still be together with the grandfather. Yeah. And, you know, again, that generation, they really stuck it through. And that's why, I guess you said it wasn't that it was perfect.
Right.
They had their ups and downs. Even things may have happened in the marriage that shouldn't have happened, etc. But they were always able to bounce back and remain strong. And once they got through those hurdles, in many cases, that's when they really developed that true bond, that everlasting bond. It's not just a super high honeymoon stage that just remained in that state. It's usually like the triumph over tragedy. Like, we've been through a lot, so that's where we celebrate, because we can look back together as a couple and say we made it. In today's world, in today's generation,
just don't see
today's
that
time way. They don't promote that. It's like, look, people are ready for divorce before they get married.
I know.
Prenup, yeah. They're warning each other, don't get on my nerve. If you do this, it's a wrap. Like, they put so much energy like that out in advance that the marriage is almost already doomed before it even begins. So you got to be mindful of that too. So that's why we wanted to touch on it. We're not really going in on Kanye. We're not really talking about the girl, by the way. Right. I don't even know how to pronounce the name. Irina.
I know she's like a Russian model.
Yeah, Russian model. So we're not, jabbing at any of them, but we just wanted to mention that it seems like a trend that people are willing to jump in a new situation before they leave their current one. Right. So guys, let us know in the comments. Have you done that? Have that been done to you? I almost look at it like it's the same as cheating, but you're just doing it more blatantly in their face.
Because there's an understanding that you guys are still about together, to end.
Right. It's like you're not officially done yet. At least when it comes to marriages, at least. I should say that. Like, marriage is a process.
Right.
So you don't just go from like, you know what, we're filing divorce, and then you move in with someone else the next week. Like that, that looks a lot worse than a high school breakup. And then you're sitting at a different lunch table the next day. High school breakup is not as serious as a marriage breakup. Right. Even engagement, right? You're preparing for a wedding, and you're expecting to, live together, and then a week later you're living with someone else. Even that to me seems a little wild.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do I know? Like I said, let us know in the comments below whether you agree with us or not, and why. Yeah. We like to know, and we'll read the comments. And any last words, Juju?
No, just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say of it. Just, it's really, really different. Yeah.
It is a different time,
Different times, yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully you guys out there have some standards. Yeah. You don't gotta go with the flow. You really don't, man.
You don't. You really don't.
If you're really looking to marry, and you're into, respecting your vows, you don't let what's happening around you determine your marriage.
Absolutely
That's all
not.
We're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't let that looseness that's out there and, infiltrate your standards. If you understand, look, marriage is supposed to be lifelong.
It's work.
And that scares you, then you're not ready for marriage.
Yeah.
And neither should you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching up until this point. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Like the video, leave a comment, and let us know what your thoughts are about what we talked about. Thank you again, and until next time,
escape the matrix.